Hi everyone, I hope you're really well. Happy Friday to you, because yes, I am planning on filming, editing and uploading in the same day, which is not something I love to do, but I have been so busy this week. I have already filmed a foundation test review and I'm planning on that going live on Sunday, but if you've heard me talk about foundation test reviews before, you'll know that there's quite a lot of editing and stuff that goes into the process of those videos. So I thought I would do a nice, quick, easy video for today, which is what I'm filming right now. I did actually do a poll on my Facebook page, but I appreciate the poll has not been there for very long for you guys to be able to help me decide what video to do today, because I thought it's been a while since I've done a tag video. I do quite enjoy tag videos, but I know they're not for everyone, so I don't do them amazingly often. And I had a quick look through, see if I could find two that I liked the sounds of, and then I put a poll on my Facebook page for you guys to choose between. I haven't looked at the results since earlier, but earlier on, literally, it was one vote for each of the videos. So let's see. I'll just refresh my page. So if you're not following me on Facebook, then follow me on Facebook, because I do tend to post probably more stuff there. And obviously you can do polls. I know you can do polls on Twitter, but I'm a bit rubbish with Twitter. Okay, it's still showing as 2 votes, so thank you so much to the 2 of you who did vote, and you are Sally Henley and India Kate Fisher, so thank you very much for your votes, and it's 1 apiece. So I kind of thought that might be the case. I've brought with me a very shiny £1 coin, and I'm basically going to flip a coin and decide which video to film. So the options were the YouTuber Confessions tag or the T.M.I tag, and the T.M.I tag has got a lot of questions. So I think we'll say heads for the YouTuber Confessions tag and tails for the T.M.I tag. Does that sound fair, or should I do it the other way around? I know heads is possibly more likely, isn't it? We'll go with the order in which I put them on my Facebook page, which is YouTuber Confessions tag heads and then T.M.I tag tails. So are you ready? Ah, almost didn't catch it then. And it is... it is tails. Can you see that? I'm not gonna... I don't know if that's gonna focus. And I can't focus the camera because I'm using both of my hands right now. But can you see that? It is definitely tails. So you've got yourself the T.M.I tag for today. Right, let's get these questions up. I have had a quick look through the questions, obviously, and there are 50 of them. So I'm going to blitz through these. Right. This is the T.M.I tag. I will put all the questions down in the description box. Are you ready for this? You are about to find out too much information about me. So question 1, what are you wearing? That's nice and easy. It's all fat face today, actually, I think, which is no strange thing because I love fat face. I have a fat face t-shirt on which says, anything is possible, because I totally agree with that sentiment. And I've got a kind of blue wash pair of God, my brain is not working today. That's not a good start, is it? A blue wash pair of slim cut jeans. There we go. Question 1. 2, have I ever been in love? Well, of course I've been in love. I'm sure most people have. Yeah, when I was a teenager, I used to think I was in love all the time because I didn't really know what it meant, and I think I probably used to get infatuation or a crush mixed up with love. Now that I'm older, how many times have I been in love? I don't know. I'd need to sit down and think about that, but it's been a few times, and I've had my heart broken as well, like most people probably have. Ever had a terrible breakup? Yes, I've had a few. And it's usually me that's broken up with the other people and has resulted in said terrible breakup. But being on the receiving end of it, and I suppose this relates to the previous question about having my heart broken by someone, when I was 19, I dated a guy who was 38, I think. I think that was the age gap. And I absolutely adored him. He was my everything. I could imagine a future with him. He was the nicest guy. Such a nice guy. And he broke up with me, and it was unexpected, and I was devastated to the point that I don't think I actually ate for a couple of days. And I love food. I was devastated. And I did run into him only a couple of weeks ago, and he kind of said this whole thing about he couldn't imagine a future and blah blah blah, and he has kids now, and I was such a wimp and I didn't actually speak to him, and I should have done, but I was instantly transported back to that heartbreaking feeling, and I couldn't do it. So next time I see him, I will say hello. I've got to do it, haven't I? Because, yeah, I've got to do it. How tall are you? I'm 5'7". How much do you weigh? I really don't want to answer that question. I'm so sorry. But you guys know that I have issues with my weight. Let's just say I am very overweight and I need to lose weight. I could probably do with, in my current being, losing about 5 stone, and I'm not even joking. And I'm not talking about becoming ridiculously slim either. So there you go. I've got a lot to lose. Any tattoos? Yes. Any piercings? Yes, I have got 3 on this side and just the 1 on that side. I've got 1 piercing at the top of my ear that I really want to find a nice earring for that I can wear all the time, that's got like a flat back to it, because I'm not massively bothered about wearing normal earrings, but I quite like my top piercing, whatever that top piercing is called. But I had that done a really long time ago, before piercing was really quite kind of trendy like it is, or has been for quite a while now. So that was quite unusual to have your ear pierced up there. But yeah, I would like to get a little something, I'm not sure what. OTP, I don't even know what that question means. I will answer it if someone can tell me in the comments, because I have no idea. Favourite show? That is pretty impossible to answer. I have far too many shows that I love watching. I really like Dexter when we watched that. I love a lot of sci-fi programs. I love Red Dwarf. I'm going to forget a load now. I really like Futurama as well, although I'm really behind on that. Obviously, I love Game of Thrones. You guys know that I love Game of Thrones. I am going to forget so many TV shows. I will have a think and I will write a comment about some of my other ones, but I don't think I do actually have a favourite because there are so many. But it would probably be Game of Thrones because that's just kind of perfect. Even though I love sci-fi, impossible question, but you get where I'm going. Favourite bands? I don't really know who's current. I don't really do current music. I listen to lots of different types of things, but I absolutely love Queen. I think Queen is timeless, and they have music that kind of suits all sorts of different moods. So yeah, let's say Queen. I think that's probably a good answer. Something I miss. Something I miss. I miss being slim. I know that's a bit depressing, but I know some people can be very comfortable when they're overweight, and hats off to them, but I am not, which is why I'm trying to lose weight, and I am losing weight. And I miss that feeling of knowing that I can just go to my wardrobe and whatever I put on will look great, instead of me standing and looking in the mirror and just seeing issues. So I'm looking forward to getting to the point where that is not happening. So yeah, I miss being slim, because I was slim once a while ago. Favourite song? Oh, how can they expect you to just pick one? Honestly, it really depends on my mood. Like if I want to listen to something romantic or a bit more upbeat. The one that's kind of instantly popped into my head, just purely because of how like jolly and it puts you in a good mood and stuff, is Mr. Blue Sky by ELO. I know it's probably quite a popular choice. It's been used in lots of films, but I liked it before everyone was using it in films. And I just think ELO are great. And that song in particular, it just gets you going. Just literally by the opening bars, if you know the song. How old are you? Oh my God, older than I feel. I am 38. I will be 39 this year. I have got that right, haven't I? Yeah, it's 2018. I'm 39 in July. Oh my God. My zodiac sign is Cancer. Quality you look for in a partner. Oh, this is going to be a really obvious hit list, but there has to be sense of humour. There has to be, you know, life is too short. It has to be fun and spontaneous and interesting. Intelligence as well. I want to be able to have interesting conversations with my partner and debate things as well. If I'm kind of in the mood to get on my soapbox about something and be able to bounce off the other person. Being kind and caring, obviously trustworthy. Seeing how they treat other people, I think that is a huge thing, to be able to see someone being lovely to other people. I just think is a really attractive quality. I don't know if they were meaning kind of personality or looks wise, but I suppose quality to me says more about their character. Obviously I have kind of an idea of the ideal man in my head in terms of what looks I would go for, but for me I get more attracted to the actual person and their character, and yeah, if they're funny, maybe a bit flirty as well. Do like a good bit of flirting, who doesn't? Yeah, I think that probably about sums it up. Favourite quote? I'm rubbish about things like this because nothing really generally comes to mind. Oh, I know what quote I like, but I'm going to need to look it up. One of my favourite people in terms of quotes when I see them online is Roald Dahl, the author, and I've just Googled now what quotes of his that I like, and there are honestly so many. For example, if you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams and you will always look lovely. And I think that's such a nice quote. And then another one of his, those who don't believe in magic will never find it. And then lastly, somewhere inside all of us is the power to change the world. So I know that was a few quotes, but Roald Dahl is very quotable. Favourite actor? Okay, I'm going to have to blitz through these now because I feel like I've not answered very many. Favourite actor? Probably Johnny Depp. I'm going to regret saying that because I know that there are other people that I also really like, but he's who popped into my head. Favourite colour? Generally it's yellow, but I also really like blue and purple. Loud music or soft? Again, it depends on the mood entirely, so both really. Where do you go when you're sad? Before children, I used to just take myself off and go out for a walk. I know I can kind of do that now, but then that's assuming I'd want to be alone, and so you can't just leave the boy at home on his own. So I'd go out for a walk and go find a lovely view somewhere and just look out at it and feel sad. Whereas now, I'd probably just shut myself in the bedroom and go to bed. Oh, that's depressing. How long does it take you to shower? Far too long, probably about 15 minutes. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Probably about an hour on a work day, perhaps a little bit longer if it's not a work day because I relax a little bit. But that does include a shower, so I think that's pretty good going, really. Ever been in a physical fight? Kind of, with one of my sisters. She accused me of doing something I did not do. She got physical with me and I was just defending myself. I was literally holding her back from effectively trying to kill me, and she ended up with like scratch marks down her arms where I was trying to hold her back from me. That's the only physical fight I can think of. Turn on, as in what turns me on, I suppose. Just going back to what I said before about having that kind of connection with someone, whether it's being a little bit flirty or funny, or it's really difficult to define because it really depends on the person, but you're more likely to turn me on by those kind of things than you are other things. Turn off, probably beards. I don't like a lot of facial foliage, just no. Reason I joined YouTube, I have answered this question before, but in summary, it was after I had my little boy and I felt like I needed to do something that wasn't just being a mum, basically. Fears. I'm a little bit claustrophobic. I can get a little bit panicky. And just the obvious of losing your loved ones, really. Last thing that made you cry, being let down. Last time you said you loved someone? This morning. I say it all the time. I think it's one of those things that you can't say enough, really, because you never know what's going to happen. Meaning behind your YouTube name. It was all that was available, or at least all that was available on kind of all platforms, because it's a rubbish name. I know quite a few of you like it. I'm not mad keen on it. I'd like to change it at some point, but there's not a lot available out there in terms of being available on Twitter and Facebook. So the thinking was wavy, as in, well, my hair is technically more curly than it is wavy, but Curly Kate just sounded so bad. So wavy. I usually start every video with a wave. I end pretty much every video with a wave. And waves because obviously the water as well. I love being by the water. So it was kind of, that was where my head was at, but mainly because it was available and short. Last book you read. Wow. I keep trying to read Dan Brown's Inferno and I get not very far and then I put it down and I forget about it. And I love Dan Brown books and I know that the film has even come out now and I've not watched it yet. So yeah, I really need to try get on that. Book you're currently reading. I should be reading The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman, which was a lovely present that I got for Christmas. But I just haven't had the chance, so I need to make time for these things, somehow. Last show you watched? Well, if it's this morning, it would have been BBC Breakfast. I watch the news every morning just to see the weather and what's going on and that kind of stuff. And then last night, I just kind of felt like watching something, but not really, you know, where you're kind of, you want to be mildly entertained, but you're not really paying attention. I was watching 24 Hours in A&E, because that's not at all depressing, is it? Last person I talked to, well, I've literally just dropped my son off to preschool, so it would have been someone at preschool, probably one of the other mums. Yeah. The relationship between you and the last person I text. Right, I'm going to have to check my text messages now, because I don't know who I last text. It looks like it was my mum. So, relationship, mum. Favourite food? I love food. I have too many favourite things. I love Italian, Chinese, Indian, American kind of style burgery things. I think if I really had to choose, I love a curry. I'm addicted to spicy food. So probably anything spicy or, you know, Mexican, that kind of territory. I'm there, love it. Not ridiculously hot, hot enough to notice, but yeah, something spicy. Place I want to visit. Far too many. I have not travelled enough in life, but travel is so expensive. But we just had different priorities as we were growing up. We wanted to buy our own place, quite young, I suppose, compared to friends. So we've always channeled our money in that kind of direction. But I'd love to go back to America again. I'd love to go to Canada, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, lots of probably quite obvious places, but I would absolutely love, love, love to go to probably more Canada, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. Those are like my top ones. Last place you were. Last place you were what? What does that even mean? Last place you were? I've just been to preschool. That's not very interesting, is it? I don't really understand that question, but that's what it says. Do you have a crush? No, I don't think I do really. Do they mean famous person? I suppose I do quite like, what's his name? Scott, is it McGregor? Who plays Mark in Neighbours. He's a bit of all right. Last time you kissed someone? Just a moment ago. It was my son. I'm assuming it just means kiss generally. It probably doesn't, does it? I think it means proper kiss. In that case, it will have been my husband. Last time you were insulted? I honestly can't remember. It's not something that often happens, really. I suppose it would have been a comment on YouTube or something, but even then I don't get many of those either, so I should consider myself quite blessed, I suppose, that I don't get insulted often enough for me to actually remember the last time. Favourite flavour of sweet? I do really like the little cherry ones that you get. They're nice. What instruments do you play? I can't read music, but I have in the past played recorder, flute, piano, guitar. I've played quite a few things, but in terms of if you put it in front of me right now, I'd probably be able to play something on the piano. Probably something by Enya. I used to figure out how to play these things myself. Favourite piece of jewellery? I don't wear a lot of jewellery. I love this ring. This isn't my wedding ring because my wedding ring is too big for me, and unfortunately it's got a design all the way round and diamonds, which means that resizing it would be tricky. It's doable, but you'd have like a blank bit somewhere. I have problems with my hands. They really swell up in the summer, and then in the winter they really retract. So I should have thought about it and had them design, because I did have my wedding ring actually designed for me. I should have had them do this kind of design where you can actually expand it a little bit. So if I could have my wedding ring remade, that would be awesome, because I found the design, I fell in love with it, I gave it to a jeweler in this country and they actually replicated it. So a lot of work went into it and I love it. And I'll probably insert a clip of it just so that you can see what it looks like, because it's gorgeous. So yeah, probably my wedding ring, but as a close second, I really love this ring. It's a feather and it's just really comfortable and I love it and I wear it on the daily. Last sport I played, my goodness. When I was at school, I was quite sporty. I used to play a lot of things, you know, hockey, netball. I really liked netball. I even did like an adult league netball thing when I was like 20 or something. So, oh, it's been a while. Last sport I played, I have absolutely no idea. It probably would have been netball, I guess. It was a long time ago though. Last song you sang? Well, in reality, it would be one of the songs that I sing to my little boy, because I sing to him every single night before he goes to sleep. The one night that I actually forgot, this happened about 6 months ago, he said to me something along the lines of, "Play the music, mummy," and he meant for me to sing. I sing him Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Hushabye Mountain. God, I'm having to think now because I just do it on autopilot. Oh, Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins. And then the last song, so this would be the last song that I sung, is one that I actually made up. And no, I'm not singing it. Favourite chat-up line? Oh my God. My mind has gone blank, especially in terms of trying to pick a favourite. It would have to be something funny though. It would have to be something that would make me laugh. And I can't actually think of anything. I'll come back to that one in a second. Have I ever used it? No, I don't use chat-up lines. I find them quite cheesy. I can see why people use them because sometimes it can be quite difficult to start talking to someone, but I just start talking to them, or at least I used to. Last time you hung out with anyone, too long ago, me and my two kind of best friends, it seems a bit strange saying best friends when you're nearly 40, but we used to go out regularly, and we are well overdue going out just to have a bit of chill out fun time. So it's been far too long, and that would have been the last time, and it would have been probably October, November time. So yeah, we're well overdue. And then the last question is, who should answer these questions next? Well, if you're watching this and you feel like answering them, you're a YouTuber, or you just feel like answering them anyway, then I tag you to do it, so you answer these questions. I've just had a quick Google of some chat up lines, and they're all absolutely awful, so there's no way I could pick a favourite. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of think that chat up lines are more for men. I think it's men that tend to use chat up lines more. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just been my experience. So there we go. That is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, I suppose, in terms of the usual content, but it had been a little while since I last did a tag video, so I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed finding out a little bit more about me. You've probably found out a fair bit, I suppose, from those questions. Anyway, I hope you're all really well, and I will see you again soon. Bye!